Chris, and this is my review of the new, as the title says, the new ROH DVD, The Best in the World, which is the new Koch DVD, which means that you should be able to get it at Fry's, FYE's, I think, and some other places. You can also get it on Amazon.com, Best Buy. You can get it on their website. So you can definitely go out there and get it there. I think it ranges anywhere between $10 and $14 depending on when you go. It's a pretty good deal for that. I would say this is going to be my review of it. I'm just going to run down kind of my feelings on it. I was kind of disappointed in some of the match selections they had on this. These DVDs need to sell Ring of Honor, and one of Ring of Honor's big things is that they have a reputation, even among people that have just slightly heard about them, that they're supposed to put on the best matches. And if that's the case, then you need to put the best matches out. Which means even when you put out a DVD like this, you need to make sure you're putting out everything has to at least be very good. And while match quality is very much personal opinion, there is you have consistency. You have stuff that the majority of people really like, and those are the matches you need to go to, even in the concept of what you're trying to do. In this DVD, they were trying to show Ring of Honor against the quote-unquote best in the world, lots of international stars, lots of that sort of thing, and I don't think they picked a lot of the best matches. Now, I don't know if there was stuff that they can't put on or that sort of thing. I don't know any of that. It would be interesting to see if there's any truth to that sort of thing, because there was a lot of stuff on here that I would start. For example, we got the first match chronologically is Terry Funk versus CM Punk. Now, most people know who Terry Funk is. I can understand that, as a selling point. But I think most people aren't. While you're going to have people that will buy it, I don't think people are necessarily going to see it as a great, wonderful thing, particularly since it was from years ago. I don't think you're going to get that many people that are going to get it. I think they're going to go, oh, it's Terry Funk wrestling again. Whoopee. Around the same time, you had the Great Muta match, a tag match, which was in Ring of Honor, where he came in. Now, I don't know if they're allowed to release those on a DVD like this. I would think so. I think that would be a much better choice to put on here, because I think just as many people would be willing to buy a Great Muta match, and it was a better match. I'm not saying that just because I'm a Muta mark, but because it was a better match than Terry Funk, and you put on a better match at the same time. You also had Samoa Joe versus, and I can never pronounce his name. It's in the Kikutaro, I think is how you pronounce it. But he's a comedy wrestler from Japan. This again wasn't a very good match. It was okay for what it was, but he had a much better match. Okay, with I can't think of his name now. Oh, with Bryan Danielson, and Bryan Danielson was dressed up as Curryman. So, in a lot of ways, that would work a lot better. I think. I think a lot of people would like that and would go, ooh, wow, that makes a little bit more sense. This is because it's Curryman, and people, because of him being in TNA now, people know who Curryman is, and you still have that, kind of name recognition. I know they want to put as much Samoa Joe stuff on here as they can, and you still can. There's no question about that. But I definitely think you have that. Then, of course, you have the reason, in my opinion, to buy this DVD if you do not have this match already, or if you've never seen this match, and that's Bryan Danielson. It's Samoa Joe versus Kenta Kobashi. In my opinion, the second best match Ring of Honor has ever put on. 5 stars. This is my favorite. This is actually my favorite match in Ring of Honor. The only match I think is actually better than this is the original Dragon Gate 6-man, which I think is just amazing, and I love watching that match too. But this match is just incredible. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like it because they think it's too much of just a chop fest, but so freaking be it, is all I gotta say. This match was awesome, It really showed that Joe belonged at the top of the stage with a lot of the greats because he was able to hang in there and looked like he belonged in the ring with Kobashi, which says a lot. But I have no problem, of course, with this match being on here. This match definitely, this should have been on this DVD without question. Next, we had Bryan Danielson versus Lance Storm, and again, this is another match where I understand why they stuck this on here, and this is a very good match. I have no problem with this match being on here. As you know, most people know who Lance Storm is, but there definitely was not enough, in my opinion, Bryan Danielson stuff on this DVD. I think there was you could have added some more Bryan Danielson stuff, particularly his match with Liger. If they were able to put it out on the DVD, his stuff with Liger would have been. I actually probably would have preferred that over this match, though probably most people know who Lance Storm is more than Bryan Danielson, so or over Liger. So but this is a very good match. If you've never seen this, this was on Better Than Our Best. Was the co-main event. Was a lot of fun and really was kind of at that point people started buying into the gimmick of Bryan Danielson being the best in the world and being that is his gimmick. It's why I think there should have been more of his matches on here. Now for another match, another very good match that I kind of was like, because I don't think it necessarily should be on here, which was AJ Styles and Matt Sydal versus Dragon Kid and Horiguchi from Dragon Gate. Why they stuck this on here instead of the Dragon Gate 6-man, first of all, which if they said, well, none of those guys are our guys, that's fine. Then you put on Blood Generation versus Generation Next, which was also on this exact same card and is a much better match than this match is. And I think really, it's personal taste, I agree, but I think it is a better match. Though Matt Sydal is now on ECW. AJ Styles, people know who AJ Styles is, so from a marketing standpoint, I guess I can understand that. But again, the Dragon Gate 6-man I definitely think should have been on here. Next we had Kenta versus Austin Aries, and I really wonder about this because it shouldn't be Kenta versus Austin Aries. It should have been one of the Kenta versus Bryan Danielson matches. I definitely think should have been on this. Not that this is a horrible match. This is a very good. This is a great match, and I just think the Kenta versus Bryan Danielson stuff is better. And I think that you are allowing to put yourself into Bryan Danielson's name on here, and I think that's one of the things they should have done a little bit more of. Next we had Jay and Mark Briscoe versus Naruki Doi and Shingo. This was, of course, an excellent match. This was from last year, and a little more recent match, and excellent match. So no problem with it there. Then we had Morishima versus Nigel McGuinness. Another one of my favorite matches from last year. I really enjoyed this. This is really when this is kind of when the whole Nigel versus Morishima thing started. Another very good match, and of course Morishima. This is the type of match that I wish they would have had more on this DVD, but they didn't. So what are you going to do? And then we had El Generico versus Claudio Castagnoli. This I think you could have sacrificed for not for another Bryan Danielson, either versus Morifuji or versus Kenta. I also think another match that I think they left off of this, which I definitely think should have been on here, was the Kobashi tag match with Homicide and Samoa Joe and Loki. I definitely think should have been on here too. That's an excellent match too. And there you have more name talent that people know. If you wanted to use name talent, I just think there were much better matches you could have chosen. And I don't think Ring of Honor did themselves any. I just don't think they picked the right matches. And any time that I have to say that in a best of DVD, it always kind of bugs me. But this is still you still get Joe versus Kobashi. And even if you don't like Ring of Honor stuff, but you're a big Joe fan, you need to see that match. It is an awesome match. Overall, I think this is a great DVD, though. Really enjoyed it. You get a lot of good stuff for your money, in my opinion. you just have 2 matches, which I don't think belong on here. Everything else I don't have much of a problem with. 8.25 as a DVD review. But that's it for this one. I should be back tomorrow with Greatest Rivalries, which is the other Koch DVD that was released. So later all, have a good one, and I'm out.